mid-air scare in December just recently came to light. A United Airlines plane departing Maui took a nosedive, plummeting more than 1,400 feet in about 20 seconds, coming within 775 feet of the Pacific Ocean.
After a number of safety concerns involving commercial airlines, including several near misses, the acting director of the FAA is on Capitol Hill today to face tough questions from senators.
What is going on, guys? Hey, I wanted to come back to you this afternoon and bring you a story that I'm working on. And the concerns, man, safety. Why are we seeing such an increase in the level of problems with the air traffic control system? You know, planes nearly crashing into each other in the air, on the ground, nearly crashing into baggage carts. Why are we seeing this, man, at this level? And it's diversity, is affirmative action, one of the real problems that we're seeing here.
Hard to think of a tougher or more important job than being an air traffic controller. Go ahead and try. It'll take you a while. Every day, more than 2.5 million Americans fly in or out of U.S. airports, along with, of course, many billions of dollars of cargo. At any one time, there are about 5,000 aircraft above the United States. On 9/11, for example, air traffic controllers guided every one of them to a safe landing in a little over an hour. Go ahead and try that. It's the kind of job where even a small mistake could lead instantly to the deaths of hundreds of people. Surprisingly, the hiring standards for air traffic controllers were long among the most selective of all federal jobs. Applicants typically needed to complete military service or pass the FAA's Collegiate Training Initiative program. After that, they sat for a specially designed exam that tested for relevant job skills like math ability and complex problem solving. Only those with the highest scores made the cut. The system was designed to choose the best, and for decades it worked. Then, during the Obama administration, activist bureaucrats decided that the pool of air traffic controllers wasn't diverse enough. They never explained why diversity ought to matter in air traffic control, or why it was more important than traditional goals like competence and public safety. The FAA, without a vote, just scrapped the old hiring system and replaced it with a diversity-friendly version. Most people have no idea this happened. The FAA now requires many of its applicants to fill out what they call a biographical questionnaire before any other screening. Those who answer the questions in a way that diversity monitors don't like cannot be considered for hiring, no matter how much experience they have or how well they may do on the other portions of the testing. The biographical questionnaire is all important. So what is in this biographical questionnaire? Well, we can answer that question because we got a copy of it, and we also got information about how it is scored. And it's shocking.
This guy's up, man, shocking. It really is shocking. You know, again, they don't care about the welfare of the public, man. They don't care about you. What they care about is putting people in there, of particular groups of people. You know, because again, man, they have too many white men doing these kinds of jobs, and they will lower the standards to get other people from other groups in there. Because, man, they don't care. They don't care. Their sole objective is to diversify. Even if they have to get people in there that are unqualified. Even if they have to get people in there that are, should I dare say, incompetent. But, man, the thing is, we want the most competent people. We want the people that pay the most attention to things, that are doing this kind of job. You know, we don't want people, man, in there that aren't paying attention, that aren't as vigilant with what they're doing, with what they're looking at on screen. We want the people that we want people there and do the best jobs. But you'll see here in this next clip I'm going to stick up is Tucker talking to an attorney. And they're talking about, man, some of the questions and the responses that elicit a higher number of points. It's just crazy, man, for me to look at this and say, because, I mean, it's clear, man, They want the most incompetent people to do the work. And is that what we truly want? I don't think so.
One question asked test takers to name their worst grade in high school. The preferred answer for that is science. In other words, if you can't do science, the FAA is especially eager to hire you as an air traffic controller. You get 10 points for being bad at science, according to the scoring sheet. Another question asked about work history. According to the FAA, the best answer to that question is you haven't worked at all in the past 3 years. You get 10 points for not working. Apparently, unemployed people make the best air traffic controllers. This is demented, by the way, but it's real. So do applicants who played a lot of sports in high school. They're rewarded too. By contrast, applicants who say they know a great deal about air traffic control get only 5 points. Trained pilots get 2 points. Once again, applicants who haven't worked at all, who have been unemployed for the past 3 years, get 10 points. Pilots, 2 points. This is insane, and it's dangerous. It's also indefensible. We asked the FAA's top spokesman why applicants for an air traffic control job would get more points for playing high school sports than for flying planes or knowing a lot about air traffic control. His response, quote, "I'm trying to find that out as well." Well, not actually trying very hard, it turns out. We still haven't heard back with the real explanation, and of course we won't because there isn't one other than shut up, diversity. But we won't shut up. This is too important. Lives are at stake. Joining us now is Michael Pearson. He's a lawyer representing a man who is suing the FAA for its updated hiring practices. Mr. Pearson, thank you for coming on.
Thank you, Tucker. I'm glad to be here.
Why would the FAA award extra points for incompetence in science, for example?
Well, the biographical questionnaire and biographical assessment, the first version of it, was made to screen out people with experience. It wasn't meant in any form or function that I can find, and I've been looking at this for almost 4 years now, including looking over many documents we had to fight the FAA for several years that they kept hidden. To answer that question, the test was basically meant to screen out people with aviation experience. There's even worse questions and answers on the test, but you did a pretty good job of portraying some of the questions and answers on the test.
I don't understand. I mean, just to restate for our audience who is so numb to this kind of thinking that it may not penetrate, we're not talking about hiring a sociology professor or some other totally irrelevant job like that. We're talking about air traffic controllers. Okay, we're the linchpin of public safety and transportation. Why would the FAA want people with less relevant skill in air traffic control for air traffic controllers?
Because a group within the FAA, including the human resources function within the FAA, including the National Black Coalition of Federal Aviation Employees, determined that the workforce was too white. They had a concerted effort through the Department of Transportation, the Obama administration, to change that. And quite frankly, they're sacrificing and have sacrificed safety at the altar of political correctness.
Man, you have it right there. Again, they don't care about you. They don't care about your family. They don't care about the community. They don't care about the safety of people, in the air, on the ground, man. They don't care about that kind of stuff. All they care about is, do you check the right boxes? They don't care about how well you did in school. What kind of experience do you have? They don't care about that kind of stuff, man. Again, it's all about the boxes you check. As a matter of fact, they go out of their way to look at people that do worse. Because again, maybe they are somebody that is in a minority community. And again, man, I'm not saying all minorities or whatever do badly in school or, have a hard time focusing or whatever. But we want, whether they're white, whether they're black, brown, doesn't matter, male, female, it doesn't matter. We want the most qualified people in those jobs, the most competent people that will focus, pay the most attention to things, because, man, you're talking about the safety of the community. We want people to focus, and maybe if you did well in school and you do well on testing, it shows that you have the ability to focus. And when that job is dependent upon your ability to focus, yeah, that's qualification. And again, man, that's the kind of stuff that we want. We want to see that kind of stuff because, again, I think people, they want the most qualified people directing planes. They want the most qualified people flying planes. You know, I mean, I don't think anyone that I ever talked to ever said they want the most unqualified people behind their behind their airplane trip, behind them flying. I don't think anyone's ever said, you know what, I want the most unqualified pilots flying this plane. I want the most unqualified people behind the air traffic controls, behind the screens. I want the most unqualified surgeon operating on me, operating on my family. I don't think I've ever heard that kind of stuff ever before. But hey guys, if you would, please like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. Thanks.
You son of a